Good morning. This is it's your old pal Pete Clark for everybody out there in MP4 land. Can I straighten that? It's trying to fall. Hate it when that happens. Anyway, hi everybody. I want to talk today about everyone's absolutely favorite subject, women. I've put together a channel dealing specifically with how best to deal with women. It's not the pickup artist tricks. It's not the be an alpha male. I'm not going to say that pickup and alpha male are necessarily bad or wrong. They're actually quite viable, but they always fall short. They'll teach you how to intrigue a woman and how to present yourself as this no holds barred, take no prisoner man's man. Well, okay, that's nice, but unless you have completely adopted that entire gestalt, if you are not congruent, in other words, if your body language, your words, and your tonality aren't all headed in the same direction, she'll see it, she'll know. You can talk a good game, and you might trick some dime into giving you more attention than you generally would have warranted prior to this, but there's a step beyond which you must take. And this step beyond is the step which is not taught, is not discussed in polite society. Sorry, I took a shower and now I'm all itchy. I don't know how come that is. However, the wrong soap. Maybe my skin is getting a little bit girly as I get older. Anyway, it's that step which commands a woman to be loving, obedient, loyal. That's a huge one. And unless you take that step, if you go one step beyond the alpha, one step beyond pickup and alpha, great. That's really nice. You've met some really good girls, but how you keep them, that's the important part. Because believe you me, brother, losing them is easier than you would ever imagine. And it's because whereas men build up, the more often and the more engaged we are with our girl, with our spouse, with our significant other, the more deeply in love we fall. Women, I'm not even willing to say women can love. I made the mistake for the longest time. I thought women loved more deeply than men do because they're such emotional creatures. And then and by the way, that theory caused me a lot of heartache, caused me a lot of pain. Men love women the way we would love women to love us. Without reservation, without condemnation. We fall so much in love that women reach a point in their lives, in our lives, where Bebe can do no real wrong. She will be forgiven, and within reason. However, even infidelity, I don't know how many women cheat on their husbands, and then the husband finds out, and the husband says, well, are you done with your, did you get that out of your system? Can you come back and just be my wife now? Women, they are always looking for the strongest guy, the most masterful, if I may touch that stone. Women aren't designed for loyalty. They aren't. They are not. You'd think they would be with the having of the babies and such, but their loyalty is reserved for the man who commands their loyalty. Their loyalty is reserved for the man who keeps them repeatedly falling in love day after day, week after week, month after month, because when that stops, when you become secure, when you become relaxed, when you become the greatest guy she could possibly ever have or know, because she can do no wrong and she is held on a pedestal and she is this amazing human being whom you are madly in love with, a little too much of that shit and she blows out. I don't care if you've been married forever or you've only known her for 2 months. Too much putting a woman on a pedestal, too much love from you. And it's not that you don't want to fall and be in love with these women. It is the way you treat them when you are in love. And it's such an easy trap. And the problem becomes we're creating this entire generations of less and less and less manly men. We're getting guys who we get weaker and weaker. About every 10 years we become less and less masculine. I have a nephew 10 years younger than me. His daughter is playing at the fluid gender. And because when you're fluid gender, when you're not when you don't identify as who you were born or who you were created as, you get praise and and support and excitement, and people pay attention to you. Whereas if you just go through life as, whoever you're supposed to be, yeah, okay, that's nothing special. It's like dog bite man, who care, man bite dog. Now we have a thing. Speaking of dog, there's a cute little Shih Tzu I've got my eye on over here. He's adorable. However, it's like the little boy, the drag stripper, the drag queen little boys. They were insignificant within their own little worlds. They weren't handsome, they weren't strong, they weren't really all that smart as far as little boys go. Not quick at their book, I think, is the way we would have put that 100 years ago. But by becoming drag queen juveniles, suddenly, there's attention, there's praise, there's you're special. And we're human beings. We eat that shit up. However, it makes us less and less and less human beings. So my nephew with his daughter, I've got the little grand niece now who is going fluid, and I've got my own his his cousin. She has her youngest son likes to dress in girly clothes and wear a purse. He's like 9, 8. It's because it makes him now special. You have to pay attention to him. I was over at her house and meeting him as a full-grown person in his own right. The last time I saw him, he was, a bundle of baby. It's 8 years later now, and he is upset with me because I'm not paying attention to him. I'm talking to his mom. She, it's my niece. We've known each other forever, since she was a baby. And he comes out and starts demanding I paying attention to him because watch me dance. And he's trying to affect a girly little dance. And instead of chastising him for being girly, I chastise him for dancing poorly. Like, really? You call that dancing? That's not dancing. That's just shaking yourself a little bit. His mom was very patient with me because I don't want to, crush an 8-year-old psyche. I have no patience for that kind of, ooh, pay attention to me. Well, my nephew, whose daughter, he is all about the, oh yeah, sweetie, it's okay, I'll pay attention to you now. He says, well, I can't tell her what to do. Yes, you can. She's 16. You can tell her what to do. Or at least you can sit down and try and reason with her. He didn't even want to do that. He's like, oh, well, I love her, and I'm going to support her no matter what she does. Juxtapose that against my ex-wife's baby niece. You might have heard of her. She was protesting on I-5 late at night about a week or two back, and a black kid in a Jaguar mowed her down and killed her. Not murder. He didn't mean to. She didn't think there'd be any traffic, but she's dead. She, too, was a social warrior, gender fluid, fighting for trans and gay and black rights. She's dead. 24 years old. Absolutely stunning little girl. Dead. I'll pick this up in a bit. 25 seconds.